What's up, guys? We are back for some OU action. This is going to be consistent again. I know the videos over the past couple days, weeks have been super inconsistent, but I'm going to be using a modified version of the Bellibolt team. Joey and I built together, and it's funny because the worst thing it can face is probably Slow King Galar, because it's, can't get poisoned and super spit F. Yet it's all you fucking get. I played 2 games with the team in both rails, so we're gonna be using it because it wasn't the team's fault. One of them I didn't put regen on Slow King because we just modified it, and then the other one was just some tricky stuff like Sticky Barb, Clef, and whatnot. Terror Blast it was a really cool set, like Terror Blast, Encore, Dragon Dance, Leftovers, Dragonite. I don't think I have any points. We decayed down, so it's gonna be some wilder stuff. I'll try to keep it simple in my win cons. But it's going to take some time to get back up to the 1900s. Or even number 1. I don't even know what number 1 is. But we're going to take it Bellibolt at a time. I think I'll do my best to have Bellibolt win. But I can Hex Dragapult this guy quite easily. Bellibolt is near inevitable. I'm not even sure what... he could Nasty Plot, which is an issue. But if he's Choice Scarf, he just attacked me. Right. Nice Choice Specs, I think you have to be Choice Specs to do that much. Charge Beam did a lot to me, actually. I mean, Charge Beam did a lot to him, I meant. Oh, actually, excellent. And, obviously Guard does what Guard does. Because Slow King Galar's coming in. But the issue is, what are you going to do next? So I think has to happen here. Well, this Specs Goldie. I'm pretty sure you got to be Specs to do that much to me. 422 off 203. There's no way you're doing fucking 50 to me. Over 50. There again, a couple ways to go about this. Moltres is going to be kept tucked for Ogerpon, potential Valiant. Bellibolt shuts down all the things. If I were to Iron Defense, I'm dragging out Goldenko, but I'm luring it out in terms of luring out a potential trick. Whereas, no, actually, I don't want Gargnot in. I want to force the Goldenko in because I know it's Chili Receptioning. So from a sequence standpoint, if I went hard Slow King on him, Ogerpon would be staring me down, and look at my team versus Ogerpon versus look at my team versus Goldenko. So I could Terra Water here and knock him out. The question then is like, okay, we're gonna Terra anything else? So now he has to go for Trick or Make It Rain. Slow King is the least useful in terms of like things to get tricked. And if he does go for the Make It Rain, it puts me in a phenomenal position. Make It Rain's not doing 30% to a max Slow King without being specs, so that answers that. It's more useful to have the matchup versus Samrat being perfect than to Chili Reception and get health. Alright, so what this does allows for me to get up these bands versus this Tusk. Zapdos will be able to be knocked off at some point because he has no spinner. And I want, if that Samrat's sashed, for it to be destroyable. And unless he has Psychic, he can't kill me. If they run Psychic now, then so be it. Lesson learned. But again, Zapdos is likely fairly low risk play for me. Even if he did attack me, look at his team and what is Tusk for? Tusk is literally offensively, is only offensively beneficial. It doesn't have any defensive benefits. So if I'm high on health, low on health, it doesn't really matter. And that's something key to pay attention to in battle. But for all the guys in the toolbox and the group, a lot of videos coming down on breaking this down super in-depthly. So, but yeah, Bolt. I want Bolt to be back. Hopefully it doesn't Volt switch. Excellent. Please do not confuse me as the Boltonator. And it's funny because it forces him to go to Slow King, which means I am back in the building. Now the Chili Reception isn't as bad because I can Ogerpon Wellspring. Because all ET ways, bro, is scum. This is a little problematic. I guess not. I can Chili back. So he only has one attacking move, which is probably Sludge Bomb. Excellent. Okay. If I get the Chili off, the reason I said this is actually not that problematic. What's it? Opposing Future Sight. Future Sight. Sludge Bomb. Is it coming this turn? Is it this turn? Turn 10. We're about to go to turn 12. Yeah, it's this turn. Okay. Now that I've seen it set, that's fine. Yeah, this does nothing. and he can't chili reception out. So he took the it's actually a pretty good sequence for him. I'm just debating whether or not to, no, it's not wise to Terra yet. I'm having Thunderwave is definitely a wild card. So what I'm gonna end up doing here is I'm gonna Tusk primarily to control where he goes into. If I Tusk, he can't go Goldengo, which is the only thing on his team I can't switch into, and it's one of the few things on his team that now it does mean Ogerpon is an option, which I didn't want. Yeah, I didn't want the Wells to be staring down the Wellspring, but there's nothing I could have done to avoid both, because now this allows for me to, well, he could Grass move. Yeah, a Grass move is decently safe, unless I go Moltres, right? Moltres is too important for Valiant in particular, because it covers at assume both special and physical. Bellibolt is sexy, but struggles with the rest. Tusk, but I knew Ogerpon would be an issue, which is why I didn't want to deal. I guess if it's physical Valiant, a couple ways to go about this. Bellibolt is obviously it's not the useless, it's the most sackable for sure. Unfortunate. Maybe I'll eat too. Cudgel does a lot. I'll eat it, but gonna do a lot to me. Yeah, to where you can Cudgel again. At the very least, actually, he may have knockoff. I mean, not Generate Bolt. Okay, so he does Cudgel. Actually, this is excellent, because I'll likely force him out or lure him to stand. Because I force him out or lure him to stand. Like, what is the? But meaning the lure to stand is relevant because of the U-turn damage. So I actually get to keep the Boltonator, which is super funny. I could Tusk into, but it's better to prioritize the Boltonator back, because as you can see, it helps me with Ogerpon. I know he's gonna future sight anyway, and it's funny because I'm pretty sure he's not worried about this fucking Bellibolt, and so what he's gonna be doing is going for the chili reception. Come on, you shitty Pokemon, bro! That was a +1 I'm about to have, bro. Shook. I knew chili reception out. Me not having the +1 matters a lot from a parabolic charge healing standpoint and from just being a threatening beast standpoint. I need to chili reception out because it's like, what is this filthy little thing gonna do? It's all good. It's all good. His future sights are pesky, and it's something I didn't account well enough for, but now I'm positioned for Shadow Ball spammage. Spammage and damage. So Goldengo comes in. Goldengo Shadow Ball did 50. This is where the fucking charge beam. You saw how much parabolic charge did. Was it parabolic charge or was it charge beam? Saw how much that shit did. It was charge beam did 40%, so he wouldn't be able to go to Goldengo here. Is it better to slack off? Yeah, 58%. It's gonna still hurt, but at least I get to see what move he locked himself into. So Samurott is not a motherfucking guard counter. I'm actually really glad to see Samurott. Go for the Ceaseless. I know you're mindless Ceaseless edging and you're banded. Oh yeah, you fucked up. You fucked up. The reason being is because now Dragapult's Shadow Balls are inevitable. Dragapult's Balls of Shadow are inevitable. It's gonna set off the future sight, but so be it. Oh, he chili recepts straight up. Not a bad play. Especially if you go Samurott X. That's actually really good for me. I mean, you got a water move, but you know, because of the Bellibolt shenanigans, there's gonna be hard for me to keep it and heal it. Yeah, I know he's gonna water move. The problem with moves like that is that you don't get to, I guess he could just zap those. The spikes matter enough. He actually just gave up the pole to the Samurott. Okay, I didn't expect that because, you know, no Shadow Ball answer, but so, and he doesn't have rocks. He's really weak to Bolt. Tusk again, defensively wasn't that useful. Bellibolt was. Bellibolt had its moment and missed the fucking charge beam. So Valiant is in gonna see what this thing has in store for us. I probably could Terra and kill him because he's never going for Moonblast. If he has it, it may have knock or something like that. I don't know. We'll find out. So he has Thunderbolt. Interesting. As I said, I probably could have attacked him. I didn't know they ran Thunderbolts, so that's useful later for data for later. So I have to Slowking here to eat the T-Bolts and Sight into the future. It's not a 2KO. It's mixed. What the fuck? Thank God I got the future sight off. This is concerning Pokemon. Okay. So Garg's Terra Water has to be key. But what if Ogerpon's run? This is kind of cool, but still problematic. But as I said, I need to force a Terra. I need to force a Terra. This Terra Fairy. Oh man. Thank God I didn't. Is this future sight off? Oh wow. I can't believe Garg took that. And then him. He gave me the Terra and he gave me the. Garg is a monster. Garg is a fucking animal, bros. Fucking animal. I could Terra Water here and kill him, but he might Power Whip for some reason. Moltres is not necessary. He does Cudgel. I want to say that the Draco Meteor is a KO from here. Calculaciones. Even if it's not, well, I need it to be actually. I need to kill his Goldengo. Because if I Draco and he goes Slowking, I'm in a really bad spot. So I'm actually going to go Dragapult here in U-turn. I need to see where his head is at. Yeah, I needed him to see if needed to see if he would go to Slowking. That's what I meant to say in English there. I still got a future, even if he were to Chili. I got the future off, which is huge. Which neuters what he can go to. I'm surprised he Chilies, because I don't think that's advantageous. Especially with Goldie. Please get the slack off. It's very frustrating, because now he gets to go for Shadow Ball with no downside, or little to no downside. As I said, if my Gargantical Iron defenses, I'm fine. It's just that the Ogerpon might have Encore. But not having this, getting the slack off was big there, because I would be able to survive any hit he goes for. But it's the name of the game, you know. So a Garg is more important. He makes it rain, thank God. Please get the slack off, because it makes me take future sight and I get the positional advantage. Okay, phenomenal. Skoldango is super weakened now. Wonderful. I get the Chili Reception out if I get it off. Ogerpon, please. That's what I want to see. Come on. So many times we had this game, bros. You get the fucking Ogerpon in. It's very frustrating, man. That was it right there. Because I get the Dragapult matchup, bloodbath. I just Terra Ghost and wash. No, I wouldn't have to be concerned about anything. It'd be a Mon down. Now I'm still in the bad spot. So if he has knockoff, I'm finished. If he doesn't have knockoff, super frustrating. If he has Ivy Cudgel, my play would be to go to Poke. But if he has knockoff or something like that, then I ought to lose. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, he has knockoff. So my play was never to go to Polt. The thing is, again, Garg can maybe do something. Thing is, I need my Terra Ghost too. What's the Calcon Ogerpon? I know this thing has good Spadef. But I'm probably thinking about it with the Terra. Can you imagine? They get that Chili Reception off. What's it called? Actually, I remember the last OU live I did. I was getting hacks too. Dragapult. Because I remember the comments from that video. It was like, jam. I don't know how after. It was a Moltres team just like this. And it kept missing the fucking Ogerpon. OU Swords and sure. Shot ball is 56 to 66. It doesn't kill. I got a Terra. Now he gets to go Zapdos. If he has Volt Switch, I'm fucked. I guess he has to bank on hitting Hurricane. Now I go Sulking, but he gets to Chili, which is annoying as fuck. He Thunder Waves. Ah, that's super frustrating, man. The only way I can prevail is if he Chili's, he Future Sights, which should be expected. If he could just miss the fucking he could just miss the damn Thunder Wave here, I'd have a shot. Yeah. Or if I crit the Shadow Ball. I mean, after all the bullshit, you'd think I deserve at least those, right? And miss? Of course not. Of course not. Yeah, so he wins now. Maybe not. Maybe there's hope. Maybe he can. Okay. So yeah, Bellibolt. Okay. Let's try this again. It's funny because Bellibolt hitting the Charge Beam, game over. Thunder Wave, you know, no, not the Thunder Wave not being paralysis 75% of the time, game over. Particularly the Ogerpon turn, like even after all that turn would have been the key moment. But it is what it is, right? Probably could put something better than Garg here. Garg isn't pulling weight. I think there's a better teammate for Garg here than Garg. This particular build, especially because it's Terra Water. There are a couple I can think of, but we'll see. Let's see if we can do something in this game. Wouldn't that be lovely? Yeah, Garg could eat him too. Terra Water. That's the thing about Garg, is beastly, you know? So, I don't know. So what I'm looking at here, if it's a mindless Glamora, don't think about shit type player. Unless he has like a fucking Terra of some sort. So it goes to a Balloon Golden Go. That gives me a lot of data, right? So that was... I guess he could be like... Because he doesn't have any good... there's several options here. There's several options here. Because the Moltres purpose, the only purpose isn't this. Actually did more than I expected. But the issue with this particular decision is that... Well, no, because what's gonna happen? He's gonna go back to the Glim. Because I was thinking, okay, is that? But he's gonna go to Glim Rocks, back to Glim. Glim Rocks. I'm gonna have a moment of key decision making where I could spin, I could rocks, I could knock. Spin loses him the most, but he just went to Goldengo, so he might be the type of player who's like, well, I just went to Goldengo, so I'm gonna predict him. Knock gets me a little bit of both, right? The only difference is that it's gonna get him toxic spikes up. If I spin, if I knock and he goes go, like there's certain sequences, but so in moments like these is where you refocus on, okay, well, what are you intending to win with? If I let him get T spikes up, am I winning, right? So Stealth Rock here is my best bet as far as like, oh wow, so there was a better bet for him. That's fine then. If that's the case and Moral Spin was his go-to play, that implies the Goldengo switch, right? He was offensive Dengo too, so that makes even less sense now. He doesn't have anything for knockoff, so I can spin at any point. So again, the big thing was, all right, well, and that could have gone poorly, truth be told, because I could spin here into rocks, which would mean if I could Terra here, spin into rocks. Does Terra let me live Cudgel into rocks? would break the sash on the Gomorrah. I'd give up the terrestrialization, and the question then becomes, okay, well, what does that look like for me if I were to choose to do that? You know, how would I deal with this? Do I need to tear anything else? Does Guard need to terra water this game? Not particularly. I mean, for Gambit it'd be nice if it wasn't for Moltres. The alternative, another question is, well, if I don't terra here and do what I just mentioned, what's my alternative? Right? What else would I do? I could go hard Polt, which doesn't immediately threaten him out. I could go hard Bellibolt, which takes a hit. Bellibolt is kind of just here, but I might get to. Actually, I don't think I get to the KO by Cudgel. Oh, that did nothing. I'm tripping talking about 2-hit KO. I forgot the fuck we're talking about. 35% is pathetic. Pathetic, I tell you. Pathetic. And he can't go to, oh my goodness, yes. That Ogerpon damage is huge, as we learned last game, for a 4-hour. Whoa, is this 38%, 35, 30? No, I was gonna say, I forgot. I literally gonna ask the dumbest question ever. Is this Metrodome? But parabolic charge takes how much? Half the health. Slack off is still better here. He's gonna switch out here. Oh, he actually goes for Swords Dance. I don't agree with SD there. I don't agree with SD there. So it was a roll. Or maybe it wasn't a roll. No, yeah, it was a roll. Look at that. Fucking Bellibolt taking out Ogerpon. That's amazing. That's amazing. You love to see it. You love to see it. It's an interesting situation here because I don't have my charge anymore. I still have a Great Tusk. So what we end up doing here, I have a Great Tusk and a Moltres, and he has a Fallen too. Because we have to keep in consideration what else I have remaining. So if he were to Swords Dance here and he's what, Terra Flying? So my best bet here, and this is where focus is key, right? Like, okay, what's the outcome I'm looking for? He crits me. Great. That is exactly what I wanted. No. So Stealth Rock here guarantees me value, right? One, if he Sucker Punches for some reason, if he Terrors for some reason, all of which. Now Knock is something that I probably want, and he makes the dumbest of all of them, which is going for Iron Head. There's a lot of reasons why I say that. I'm not just saying it because, oh, well, it worked, Jam. So this is a key moment. This is kind of shitty for me because I can't have Glamora coming in because I don't have a Steel type. Because otherwise the rocks I worked so hard for are invalid. But it does mean he'll be able to get up a T-Spike, which is something I didn't want for my Dragapult. But the upside is that Polt does get to KO. Polt isn't that good, but my Bellibolt and the key members really Slowking for these two, Moltres for the Gambit, and then I force this to bite the dust. So we're gonna Draco Meteor here. He's not the type to switch, but even if he does, he likely go to Gambit. I get to see what his item is. Ideally, I hit the fucking move here. That's great. So we're making progress in this game. We have the defensive beasts required to get the job done here. I'd like to think. I'd like to think so. I'd like to think so. Moltres is really important, but on the off chance this is not a it is it's gonna SD here. Terrifier, okay. That's not great for me. Swords Dance. If he's Terrifier, he should have Swords Dance there. That was a misplay. Okay. He's not Swords Dancing, which is a bad play. Should have Swords Danced. So Slowking's gonna have to take on the last two. Moltres can still do it. He's shown Iron Head. Alright, if he Kataos, actually no, I can Iron Defense here since he didn't boost. If he Iron Heads, please, for the love of God, yes. That's a really big, it's a really, really big Iron Defense there. Because now he has to go to Enamorous. But it depends, because Enamorous can't trick. I can recover stall. Oh yeah, this is not the time for that. Now he sealed his fate. So he's gonna kowtow here, which is blessed because he can't hacks with kowtow. As much I want to recover here because it's just the objectively better play, I cannot risk him hexing me on the kowtow when I could have knocked him out. And he's probably Lum. Because again, Moltres and Slowking can take on the other two because it's burned. So we recover here. He actually switches out the Lumberry, unless he's heavy duty boots. But him switching out here is blessed. I doubt he has energy ball. But even if he does, the plus speed, Garganical. It's funny, we were just talking about taking Garg off the team. Look how low we've gotten from Decay and those 2 losses I talked about in the beginning and the loss we just took. But it's all good. We're having a good time. Bellibolt should have showed the fuck up 2 games in a row. That's how you know we're really about this life. But it's also the perfect part of the ladder to use Bellibolt because we're so low. You get to see really interesting teams, but also the kind of players that Bellibolt would work on. Okay, so it's gonna be our final showdown. Bellibolt the movie, and I think he's gonna really show the fuck out in this one. You're gonna see why. It doesn't get a defense boosting move, which makes it tricky, but you're gonna see why. I think he's gonna show the fuck out here, especially because I can Terra. But Guard can also show the fuck out. 1 iron defense, and other than that, Walking Wake. But I have the 1 Walking Wake answer in the game, the Slowking Nader, and I go for that Chili Recepciones, and all hope is lost. Shadow Ball is good. Moltres has on 1, 2. This is probably not Flash Fire, but it could be. And Tusk is just monstrous, Torkoal wouldn't make a ton of sense. If I were my opponent, the biggest issue for me, let's see an Amorous if it's Joy Scarf, because Torkoal, because you don't have any, I suppose you could expect, there are a couple things here, right? If I Draco, you're Fizz Def, you're getting washed. If I Draco and you go Brute Bonnet, you're washed. Draco mercs anything except an Amorous. So you're like, well, Jam, wouldn't it be better to go for Shadow Ball then? Since it hits an Amorous too and can 2-hit KO Torkoal. Actually, no, because it's better in this situation to get a straight up immunity because I have pretty solid solutions for it in Slowking and Moltres than Brute Bonnet coming in. So it's better to Draco Meteor, plus the opponent might not think things through thoroughly enough to go for something like Rocks when your spin blocker is a fucking Cerulege, right? So things like that is what I pay attention to. So he was willing to give up the entirety of his sun almost. I think he might be Spadef if he took that little. To give up the entirety of his sun almost, and then gives me the Slowking switch, which neuters his entire fundamental structure. So this must be Choice Healing Wish or something, because that play was a little too reckless. But maybe he's just not thinking about the long-term consequences of his decision, and he was just going, okay, I'll just go for the rocks. And then like you go something like Cerulege, you get what I'm saying? I say that because, what now? Right. Rocks are a little more important to me. This might be some weird shit. Getting rocks are more important than getting the spin-off. I can get the spin-off quite easily now, because what I'll be able to do is tell if the Cerulege is Sash. Because if I headlong rush into that and he's Bitter Blade and Sash, he gets the boost from the thing and he gets all his health back. And then Amorous, so we discussed, is a non-factor, right? We can always just go to Moltres. Moltres this time because we don't want him repositioning into Brute Bonnet, because it would get that's the biggest problem to me. If you think about, okay, what could he do to leverage my Slowking coming in right now? Brute Bonnet. So Moltres can do the job of checking an Amorous, almost swallows it, like it's really an Amorous counter if anything. And also gives me the same opportunity to pivot out, though it's not regen, but you know, so it's Choice Scarf, it seems. Perhaps not, perhaps not. But either way, low risk for me. U-turns and he is Flash Fire. Okay, so this is interesting. So now there is a lot of benefits, a lot of options here. I could get a Toxic off, but you always have to ask yourself, what's the why, right? So the best play for me here, because we're gonna end up doing like, since I know it's flash fire now, but this guarantees me value off of his enamorous, so it's heavy duty boots. Okay, so that's good to know. Guarantees me value off of his enamorous. As I said, Moltres, unless he doubles to wake, but outside of the sun, wake is irrelevant. We roost here to ensure that we're always healthy enough to take this on. As Scarlet comes out, this must be some kind of weird Scarlet set where it's like Terra Bug or something, because what he's doing isn't making a ton of sense. Because otherwise, why Swords Ends if you're Flash Fire, my Tusk can come in and clap you. So I'm thinking it could be like a Terra Bug Flash Fire set or Terra Grass or something like that. In which case, Garg is my weakest link. If he's some kind of close combat variant, I let him use it, because then he's lacking either Bitter Blade or Shadow Snake. He'd also drop his defense, which would allow my Great Tusk to come in. So he Swords Dances again, which I'm assuming is going to be a Bitter Blade issue. So yeah, just Iron Defense and completely neuter that. So now I'm in a really good spot. Now he could lose the game right here. So I want to think about, okay, like, why am I doing this? Am I going to Swords Dance? I don't. So I could actually, I'm not tearing here. Just complete waste, especially because I have all of the leverage. Right, I have all of the control. That doesn't seem like specs, but Hydro Stream outside of Sun, no photosynthesis boosts. It's probably doing 20. I think that might, I don't know. It's not obvious to me. But either way, I can go Dragapult after this, and Draco Meteor. Again, we're Dracoing because the issue. Is this AV Tusk? No. Please hit. Gym Terra Fairy. Because Enamorous now lost its heavy duty boots. So, okay, great. The crit may have mattered depending on what his Tusk said. Depends. I think even max HP Tusk dies, but I'm not sure. I'm not 100%. Because I know it takes a lot from Make It Rain without a special attack boost. So, choice spec, stronger move. One would assume. Dragapult, let's see. Great Tusk. Oh, you woke up. That's max HP. No Spliff. Draco always kills, so it might not have mattered, but you know. Bellibolt is fucking amazing here. It's gonna be my Spore Fodder, unfortunately, so that Moltres can take on this group or not. But it also positions me excellently, probably versus Wake. I'd assume Wake would be his initial. But he decides to just say fuck it. And the beauty of this is that Bonnet is actually weak to U-turn, so even if he chooses to go to Wake, but he could double seed. But I'll just go to Bellibolt again and take the U-turn damage and then reposition back into Moltres. So low risk, high reward, right? But the game's pretty much finished. It can't get rid of the rocks. The Torkoal is up. The Wake is completely countered. He has literally nothing that I can't wall. And I've talked about this in the course, where it's like, you know, there are two ways to win or to solve a problem and not Pokemon, offensively and defensively. So this is a case where I'm going the defensive route. Okay, so I guess the risk rose a bit. I don't know why I don't know how this solves the problem. Okay. Meaning, let's say he stayed in bullet seated again, unless he was expecting my Moltres to switch out. Okay, so he was expecting that. Okay, fair enough. I respect the hustle. You see how much this does. Heroes first. I end up having to give up Bellibolt and bring in Tusk. Flamethrower, let's see how much this does. Yeah, it's not doing shit. So we'll roost and then switch out here. Sack Bellibolt. Okay. So we're going Bellibolt directly instead of U-turning because we don't want to. If he has Sucker Punch, we don't want him using it. Alright. So this allows us. Now that he's committed his Terror, we can go to my Tusk. Probably could Rapid Spin here. Rapid Spin would win me the game. No, it wouldn't. So Enamorous has to take another round of rocks. Perfect. Moltres, not the fucking thing, has to take a ton of damage. This might have what's that move called? Healing Wish? It's hard to say. But now I can Shadow Ball freely. So all I need to do is, because this time I don't want to go Moltres, because if he Moonblast one, he could crit me on the Moonblast, which would 2k my molly. Secondly, if he double switches to the Amoonguss, he actually has a good advantage. So it casts Calm Mind and what's his face. So I still don't get 2 KO'd. I don't agree with Calm Minding again. So what I'll end up being able to do here is slack off. The reason I'm slacking off is because, oh yeah, it's Draining Kiss. Oh, what? Okay. Now that was a great play. Draining Kiss is fucking sick. Okay, it's still not doing too much, but Draining Kiss is sick. I did not anticipate Draining Kiss. Okay, because what I was thinking, okay, I'll go to my Polt. All right, and that changes a lot. I have a couple ways I can go about this, but the best is to Garg first, because Garg does the damage, and it's gonna take a lot from the Draining Kiss, but it does the damage. That's fucking cool. This is an excellent example of it's not over till it's over, right? Oh, he has Moonblast too. What the fuck? Oh yeah, he showed Moonblast already. That's right. That's why I didn't expect Draining Kiss, because he showed me Moon. Because I'm like, why didn't I see that coming? But he showed Moonblast. So yeah, he's strong enough to do Moonblast. So yeah, Draining Kiss is crazy. That's a cool ass set. So that's something that did not see coming, did not know was possible, didn't think it was possible for me to lose. But the opponent had a set that I was not expecting and revealed it at the perfect time, and now I can't beat it, right? So the takeaway from this would be, now that I've lost to Draining Kiss, in my game plan moving forward, I'd always position myself in a way where even if it's that particular set, I can beat it. But no awareness, can't come up with a solution, or no knowledge, no solution. So watch out for Draining Kiss. I'm gonna forfeit because, you know, I could technically crit him with the Shadow Ball. So even though I wouldn't want to win with a crit, because bro really earned his stripes here. Like, for you to come back like that with a Draining Kiss Moonblast set, heavy duty boots and Calm Mind, like, what are the odds of it being that? Is that a set? Let me know. But yeah, that's where we're gonna end the live today. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.